Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
So, any parts up for you today that you'd like to talk about? Get to know better?
Yeah, I have a few. And I was actually kind of parsing them apart yesterday. So real quick, last week I did, I have to get urine tested every week for drugs. And last week my urine was positive for THC. And I haven't done anything in 5 months. And I guess it's stored in the fat cells and it can come out months later. If you're exercising or whatever. And so this came positive, and, the sober living place I live in, because it's a positive test, they have to give me consequences. And, thankfully people like my counselor and my house manager believed me, but it was a trigger. And I kind of put it all, I knew right away. I was like, oh, this is not right away, but pretty quickly. I was like, this is a childhood thing of, being punished for something I didn't do,
Yeah.
And so I let myself be sad for a few days. And then I noticed, it took me a few days to realize that I was overeating and just numbing out on TV and not really able to do anything else.
After you got the news?
Yeah. And so, I feel like there's those protector parts, the eating one and the TV numbing one, and then an exile who's sad and just kind of being reminded of what it felt like as a kid to be unjustly punished for something I didn't do, intellectually, I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. The consequences were minor, but just obviously these parts feel differently.
Yeah. It's really interesting that you're able to, being in the environment you're in and
I don't know, it all seems like a laboratory kind of, that you're able to see these parts come up over this event, and it's all kind of like black and white. It's not like you did something and a friend, misread you or something. It's kind of like, you didn't do a thing. You have this black and white test that's like,
Yeah.
yes, you failed this test, and then you're able to like watch the reaction, the parts come up.
Yeah, it was,
and name them all.
Yeah, it was kind of cool because at first I thought it was just like this sad part. And then it took, like I was saying, it took me a few days to realize like, oh no. And yesterday it kind of all clicked. I was like, oh, well, there's the exile. And then there's, oh, that's the eating, that's protector. And the numb, I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And it really, it helped me to kind of be okay with it, knowing like, oh, these are just my parts,
Yeah, it's such a clear look into it all.
Yeah.
And so how did you respond once you, like, what was that like when you had that kind of realization of seeing them all as parts?
It was, I was like, I don't know. I kind of felt like looking at the Matrix, like everything just kind of fit and made sense all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it felt good. And then, I was just kind of like putting my hand on my chest and saying, it's okay. I know, it's sad. It wasn't fair. And I'm sorry. And, just kind of sitting with it.
Yeah.
I didn't do like last week. I did some IFS with a part, going through all the different steps. But this time I was like, oh, I'm going to, I knew I was going to see you today. So I just kind of sat with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so, those protective parts, like, has that all relaxed? Did you stop the TV numbing out and the overeating stuff?
Let's see. I was able, I watched a little TV yesterday, but I was like, I'm not that interested. And so I was actually able to like go to my room and journal and read a little bit. And I hadn't been able to do either one of those for several days.
Wow. Just
the idea, I'd want to journal, but I was just like, I can't. I need to just watch TV or eat or both. Yeah, and I guess, and I didn't eat. What I've been doing is I'll eat dinner, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done eating. But then as soon as there's any room for in my stomach, I'll eat more. I'll just want to fill it up, And I didn't do that last night, so. Yeah, I guess it did get better.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's working. It's working, This paradigm.
And my sister, came up I was reminded of my sister remembers like being punished for peeing in her diaper, like as an infant. Like we weren't even allowed to be normal babies, like peeing in our diapers. It was, I think in his mind, he's like training us to not pee in our diapers but yeah, that kind of story kind of came up with I guess as an example or something of the unfair treatment, you know?
Yeah, like your exile part has that same experience.
Yeah.
Okay. And so is that what you wanted to explore today, was like working with that exile more?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You said that you had kind of sat with it and put your hand on your chest.
Yeah.
So are you able to touch into it now?
Yeah.
And what's it like? I mean, how are you being with it, and what's that experience like for you when you think about, or when you touch into it?
Okay. It's sad, and it's like a painful sad, like a oh, like I don't want to feel this way anymore, you know?
Yeah. Is that being communicated from the part?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when you're with it, do you have other protectors that are coming up that are like objecting to you working with this part, or anything else that feels like it would be blocking you or needing your attention first?
Okay, let me ask. Yeah, there's a part that wants me to be wants to distract me and just not go to the painful part.
Mm-hmm. And so if you're able to address that part first, then just see if you can ask it to step back, or if it's not okay with that, then we can work with it a little bit.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, so this exile part has this painful sadness. And how do you feel towards it as you see it in that way?
I'm compassionate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is it aware of your presence?
I think, yeah, like on the periphery.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So just trusting your own judgment and intuition there around, making yourself more present to it. Just kind of inviting it to notice you.
Yeah, it's in a lot of pain, like agony. And she's okay with me being there, but it's almost like when a woman's in labor, or someone's just in that like severe pain, that it's just constantly like that's all it can focus on, but it can said, okay, it's fine with me being.
Do you discern any age about this part?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. It's something weird with it. Okay.
Can you tell how old it is?
I thought it was going to be like 1 or 2, but it seems like it's older. Let me ask. It's like 15.
Mm-hmm. So you could try asking it what it wants you to know in order for it to trust you more. What does it want you to know? What does it want to show you about where it is, its situation?
Okay. Yeah, she's actually showing me like different times throughout my life when I was hurt or betrayed by someone, and then that ended up turning like a community against me, which I've shared. Yeah, I thought she was going to share me more, show me more childhood stuff, but
yeah, it sounds like that's just where her attention is, on that kind of community aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's, the situations were hard, and it's happened, multiple times throughout my life. And, I think like a lot of people, I just always wanted to belong. And so that was like the worst kind of pain to feel.
Yeah.
Exiled from a community,
Yeah. And so as you're learning this about this part, are you able to, can you just show it that you see that and how you feel about that, seeing her in that situation.
Okay.
And just see if there's anything else she wants to show you or let you know.
Okay. Yeah, she showed me, I was first exiled from my family. I didn't feel part of my family. My dad and my sisters didn't like me. And my mom liked me, but she wasn't really present much.
Mm-hmm.
So looking for that community was like looking for family.
Yeah.
Being rejected over and over, it felt like. Probably a big part of why now I avoid that. I avoid communities.
And does she feel like you really get it now? Like, how's that level of her feeling like you understand?
Yeah, she feels like I'm getting it.
Does she feel stuck in a time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and is there something that she would like for you to do for her in that time? With her, for her?
Okay. Yeah, she wants me to go back and stand up for myself and talk to this one community.
Okay. Is that something you can feel like you can do now? You can go back in her time, and again, whether you're doing that for her or however much she wants to participate or not at all.
Yeah.
And then just see how she reacts or responds to you doing that.
Okay. She's grateful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is there anything else she'd like for you to do back there, or anyone else she'd like for you to talk to?
Okay. I addressed everyone.
Mm-hmm. You addressed everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And you can just let her know that that's something you want to continue doing for her. It's something you can take care of. And now see if she's ready to come out of that place in time and join you, or go somewhere else, wherever she'd like to go.
I think she wants to go to the house on the beach.
All right. You can take her there and tell her that she never has to go back. How's she liking that?
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. And you can see if she's ready to unload the feelings. Ask her where she's carrying those in her body.
Okay.
And what she would like to give them up to.
I think in her stomach and give them up to water.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you can help her set that up and tell her to do that until it's all out.
Okay.
And now, how does she feel without all of that?
Relax.
Mm-hmm. And she can now invite qualities into her body. If there's any that she would like to have, ask her that.
Compassion, self-compassion, patience, kindness, confidence, strength.
Okay. Now we could bring in any of those protectors to see that they don't have to do that protecting anymore. You know, the distraction parts or the parts that are want to watch TV or overeat.
Yeah.
Just see how they react. And you might also invite them to have their own ritual.
Okay.
Anything that they want to give up.
I think they're okay.
Mm-hmm. I was just thinking that, you were anticipating meeting a much younger part.
Yeah.
And that might be, I don't know, that might just be a clue that you want to hold on to maybe for next time as a trailhead or something. You could even ask this teenage part, like, is there a younger part that she's protecting, or can she kind of, if any of these parts have any pointers to if there's other exiles or younger parts that you could help.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's saying yes, but not right now.
Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah, something to take note of.
Okay.
So how's it all feel in there?
Feels calm.
Good. Okay. I feel like we've done our work. Feel complete.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to hear all that.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing more, then thank you. Thanks to Parts. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, We must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube, and they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.